Okay. Are you someone who has lots of ideas and loves to come up with ideas? Maybe we'll start a couple of those ideas and then realize that, oh my gosh, I've got all of these other ideas. How am I going to get all of those ideas done? And then you realize you've got too many ideas and you don't know what to do and you just need to just stop for a second. But maybe you don't know where to go next. Confession to make, that's me. Or that was me. That was me. I'm working on it now. But that's where I've been for the last month because I had all of these ideas and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I've got all of these wonderful things that I'm going to put out there into the world. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I've got too many things that I want to put out there into the world. And there was this one particular topic that I really love to talk about, and I will talk about, but I wanted to do my research. And it was doing the research that made me, I guess, kind of get lost in the finer details of things. And then I lost my way. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do now? So if you are someone who is similar in some ways to that, that I just explained, then I want to create something for you based on what I have learned over the last few weeks. Essentially, what it comes down to is the power of having a vision and then putting in place the plan to support that vision. Because what I found is that if we don't have a plan, if we don't know, essentially, if we don't know where we're going, then how will we know when we get there, first of all? And we don't necessarily really know what steps are necessary to get us to step into that vision that we've had in our minds for however long. And the thing with, like, for example, if I'm using myself as the example, the thing with that is that when I think about the amount of people or that one special person that is waiting for me to get my stuff together, it makes me think, okay, well, I need to come correct then. And it can be something that gives you excitement. It can be something that makes it a little bit more overwhelming. But I honestly now believe that my strengths lie in creating. My strengths lie in imagining. My strengths lie in, building up a picture of things. My strengths don't necessarily gravitate naturally to planning and sitting down and being like, okay, let's organize. So, one of the things that I was thinking about is like, I had to like literally strip back and think, okay, so what is it that I really want to do with this channel? And why is it important to me? And do the people that I actually want to talk to, are they looking for something like what I'm talking about? And I think so, because I see it every day. I was literally going through TikTok. I was going through TikTok recently, and I'm on the side of TikTok that has a lot of, I don't know, what would I call it? I'd call it sadness, actually. Just a lot of sadness around the connection between men and women, the connection between yourself and yourself. And it just makes me like, oh, just feel so sad because I know that I have things, have tools, have resources, have words of wisdom, have advice that I can offer to people who are going through these things. But with me playing small, essentially, and overwhelming myself because I don't have a clear vision and a clear plan, it doesn't help those people that I can see want the support. It's, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I wanted to share with you my vision statement because I literally had to go back to basics. I was like, I need to figure out what the mission statement is first, which is also the vision. And I literally took me, I don't know, it took me about a week, maybe more than a week to think, okay, well, what is it that I actually want to do? How do I actually want to show up in the world? And that's the question that I want you to ask yourself. But this is my vision statement, mission statement. This is my mission statement, also a vision statement. Some people kind of mix those two together, but listen, I'm really proud of it. So if you don't like it, Don't tell me. Okay. I'm on a mission to empower individuals to build, nurture. I am on a mission. Let me start again. I'll start again. Let me start again. Okay. I'm on a mission to empower individuals to build and nurture authentic connections with themselves by facilitating a journey of healing, self discovery, and personal growth that leads to tangible transformation. Through honoring each of our unique experiences, I lead a community rooted in integrity, benevolence, and authenticity, purposefully inspiring change throughout the world around us. That's my mission statement. And I'm really happy with it. But I think I might change it again. But the fact is that that's okay, because now I've got something that I'm working towards. So thinking about, if you're feeling stuck, I want you to think, like, what's your intention? What is it that you're trying to do? And who is it that you're trying to inspire? And I want you to break those two apart. Don't try and do them at the same time. Just think, okay, what is it that I actually want to do? And then think, okay, who is it that I want to do it for? Then you start to work on a plan. So I want to, like, emphasize the importance of taking one thing at a time. I know that there's so many things out there that say you should be multitasking, you should be doing this, and this all together. Actually doing one thing at a time, focusing on one thing at a time is so much more beneficial, especially if you are someone like myself who gets really excited, and then the excitement turns into overwhelm with all the ideas that you have. I want you to take time to think, okay, what is it that I actually want to do? Full stop. Okay, what is it? Who is it that I actually want to do it for? Full stop. Okay, all right, cool. So I then took this mission statement that I took my time to create, and went over and thought, okay, so what is it I'm promising? And I'm promising self-discovery, authentic connections, healing, personal growth, and transformation. And with a asterisk here, this is not just for YouTube. This is for Yellow Tree Wellness. So that felt a bit weird, but this is for Yellow Tree Wellness as a whole. And I've already started on my one-to-one work, my workshops. YouTube is obviously one of the platforms that I'm using to connect with people as well. But I really want to make sure that you recognize, or are privy to the fact that I'm on this journey with you. Like, I am not some being who is super advanced in living life, essentially. Like, there's so many things that I'm still learning, and it's actually something that's the beautiful thing about life in general. Anyway, so then I thought about, okay, so what are my values? And obviously my values are integrity, authenticity, and benevolence. And then I thought, okay, so how will I access these people? And then XYZ. I mean, this is kind of going into too much detail a little bit, but then I thought, okay, so now it's time for my ideas. I have the vision. Okay. I have the vision. I know where I want to go. I know what it is that I want to do in the overall sense of the idea. Okay. And then I thought, okay, well, this is now the time for the ideas to come in. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're following me. So then you have the ideas. So I literally spent, I don't know, 20 minutes of just writing down all of my ideas. So all of the topics that I want to talk about, sometimes why they're important to me, but that wasn't really the focus. So literally dedicated time of just jotting down your ideas. Any ideas, even if it's not relevant to the project that you're trying to figure out at the moment, just write them down, get it out of your head, because otherwise you just keep swirling around, and it's so easy to lose yourself. Okay. So I really want you to slow things down, take it step by step. Okay. And this isn't because you're not able. This is just about the way that you function, the way that you work, and recognizing that you have strengths in certain areas, which means that other areas are maybe underdeveloped, but it doesn't mean that you don't have strengths in those areas. Okay. Right. So you've taken the time to go through and look at and write down all of the ideas that you have for this, whatever it is that you want to do. So if you're thinking about it in terms of like life, yeah, in terms of, sorry, I wanted to make sure I was still recording. So in terms of like life goals or anything like that, you might, I don't know, write down 50 things that, or however many things that you would really want to do before your last day on earth. It might be that you want to write down all of the things you want to do in the next 6 months before the middle of the year. It might be how you want to spend your summer. It might be your areas for growth and development. And just think and just write down, okay, so actually, I don't talk to myself very nicely. I don't say very nice things. I judge people. Those kind of things might come to mind where you think, okay, well, these are the things that I can see happen in my day to day. These are the things that I can actively work on. And obviously, you might think about getting some support to work through those things, depending on what they are. But you can apply this to anything. Okay. So in all of my ideas, I've got a lot of ideas. So in all of my ideas, like I've put down a relationship, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, triggers, comparison, the center of focus, the beliefs and the your beliefs and your values, emotions, repair. I've got so many areas that I want to focus on. So I've literally taken the time, as I said, to write down all of those things. And then the important thing is to look at those ideas and think, okay, which ones of those do I actually want to talk about? Or which one of those things do I actually want to do? Because some of them will come as a result of maybe you saw someone do it and you were like, that looks interesting, but maybe you require more details about it, or you might need to look at some reviews or whatever it might be. But there are going to be things on the list that you create, that list that you've created in a vacuum, essentially, where you've just like written as much as you can. It's going to be things that stand out to you the most, that are the most important things. So you go back to your list and you look at, okay, so these are the things that I want to do. These are the things that I want to focus on. Right. Okay. It doesn't mean the other ones are not important. It just means that you can prioritize the ones that have more foundation and it's linked more already to your values and your beliefs. Then you take the time and you think, okay, so what's my time frame? Literally, what's my time frame? I want to give myself 6 months. I want to give myself a year. I want to give myself 5 years, whatever it might be. And then you think, okay, so if there's 12 items on this list and I want to do all of these within a year, that means within this 1 year, I can do one of these things every month. If I do 2, great, but I don't want to overextend. So I'm going to make sure I set reasonable goals and make sure that make sure that I'm not pushing myself too hard, and also that I'm not going to abandon myself if I don't get to cross one off. Okay. So giving yourself room. I always say, like, if you're always working at like 70-80%, that's good. That's good, because it means that you have room to add more if you need to. And it also means that if you miss a deadline, or if you miss doing something, for example, the month before, you can be like, right, this month has to be focused because I got distracted or whatever it might be. Okay. I really hope this is helping. All right, cool. So then what I did is I've literally gone through and I've written, I want to do this, 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 and this. Actually, these two link with this. Oh, okay. And I can see a plan start to form. I know it seems so simple, but that's the importance of having a plan. And one of the things that I want to kind of put out there is, I said it, I kind of mentioned it earlier, is like not to abandon yourself when you're not getting to where you want to get to. You're not seeing the results that you want to see, because that is the worst thing you could actually do. Because if you think, of maybe your younger self, maybe not even child younger self, just younger self, that is like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I wish someone would help me, and you're looking around and you're like, I have no one. Wow, like what am I supposed to do now? And then the one person that is with you all the time, as in yourself, is like, figure it out. You'll figure it out somehow. But I'm out of here. And you start to beat yourself up. You start to, punish yourself in ways that maybe, are really, really unnecessary. You start to bring yourself down. You start to join the other team that says you can't do it. I don't want you to join that team. I want you to stay on the team that says, yes, we can. No matter what it takes, we're going to get to fulfill our mission statement. I'm feeling really excited about this. Can you tell? I'm just really happy to be back. I have a new energy. And actually, I just finished a 5-day fast. And it's really helped me to realign my values, realign my beliefs, reconnect my spirituality and how I feel about, myself. And it just I'm really recognizing that I have a lot to offer. And although I know this deep down, before on the surface, sometimes it can get brushed over by, I don't know, all sorts of things. But I have so many beautiful things to share with you. And I really hope that this video has been helpful. So just a quick recap before we go. The importance of a plan. If you are someone who has lots and lots of ideas, but doesn't necessarily bring them into fruition, I get it. I am naturally that person. I prefer if I just had a PA who could just listen to everything that I've said and then just bring it to me completed or bring me a plan completed. And actually, one of the things that really helped me when I was speaking to my own coach is she said, okay, so let's think about if you now wanted to create something for Janelle of the future, who you're thinking she would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that Janelle of the past did this for me. What would you create? And I literally was like, a plan. I'd create a plan. She doesn't want to do a plan. She just wants to read what she needs to read. She just wants to understand what needs to be done, what needs to be talked about, and then go for it. So that, I hope, is something that will help you as well. Like, think about what it is that the future you will be like, oh my gosh, I am so happy that my past self pushed herself or himself to make sure that I have such a beautiful portfolio, such a beautiful plan, such a beautiful thing to look at, to go through, so that now I can focus on enjoying. This me recording, this is me enjoying. This is me actually enjoying. So I'm so happy that I created a plan, and now I feel so much more comfortable, so much more confident. Just in the fact that I'm going to be consistent, just in the fact that, I've always got something that I know is of value to share with you. So anyway, I lost myself for a second there. Recap. Recap. You can tell I'm excited. So recap. Okay. The value of a plan. Okay. Slow it down. You have to slow things down for yourself. Don't start beating yourself up. Just think, okay, even if it's to go back to pen and paper, because I started with trying to do things online and I was like, something isn't right for me. So if you're someone who actually really likes pen and paper, join the club. I have so many notebooks. It's a joke. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay. So slow things down. Think about, okay, what is it that I want to do? Where is it that I am heading to? And this could be anything. This could be one thing. This could be a car. This could be anything at all. For me, it was a mission statement for the business, for the company. And I wanted to make sure that I'm very clear with what it is that I'm doing. I want to move with intention. And so I want you to move with intention. I want to encourage you to move with intention. And that kind of starts with thinking about, what is it that I actually want to do? Okay. That is your mission statement. Even if you said, I want to buy a car. Okay. Then you can think, okay, What do I need to buy a car? Then you start to create your plan. Okay. So you created your mission statement. You have done a brain dump of all of your ideas, all of your desires, every single thing that you can think of to do with that thing. And then you've taken the time to almost reshuffle them into an order of some sort. Okay. And then you're like, okay, right. My future self will be so happy that I have taken the time to figure out this plan so that they can now just look at this and say, wow, okay, so actually in March, I need to do this, this, and this. And that's it. Not focusing on all of these things that are coming up in the future because we know that they're coming up. We don't have to think about them now. Okay. And I really, really hope this is helpful to you. So please let me know in the comments if this is helpful. And my key message that I want to leave you with is that somebody, it feels so weird saying these things because I believe them, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm saying this. Anyway, somebody is waiting for you to do something you love so that you can be of service to them. And I say that and I mean it wholeheartedly because I see myself as an example of someone who does what she loves. And it literally fills me up to be here and fills me up to see my clients succeed. And it fills me up to see my just to see people winning and to see people living their lives in the way that is harmonious with how they see themselves. It just brings me so much joy. Okay, so regardless of what it is that you want to do, if it brings you joy, you get to do it. And that will be the best thing you can do as your service to humanity. Honestly, that is the absolute best thing. And I can actually keep talking. So I'm going to go now. Expect to see a video on Sunday, this Sunday coming up. So if you're catching this late, then it'll be last Sunday or whatever Sunday, but it's the next video after this. And yeah, okay. All right. I'm going. Bye.